Hello all, I hope you're doing well. Many of you have seen me before, but just in case you haven't, my name is Tami Nelson and I'm leading the transformation of the EFMP program. I wanted to come to you today to talk about a couple different things. Our team is busy at work getting ready for the next update, but these two things are a little more critical, time sensitive, and I wanted to get to you now on those. First, remember last time we talked, we're automating forms, we're trying to make that as easy as we can, and I said how many of you would be willing to test? A few of you raised your hand, and we're now ready to collect that list. So what I need you to do, if you're interested in helping us test, is to send a non-government email address that we can reach you at to the address below. And then log in, we'll send you all the directions so you can log in, just play around in the system. This is critical to our success. So I've been showing what we have done whenever I do a presentation somewhere. And at our last new command spouses brief, one of the folks raised their hand and said, are you addressing a dependent over 18 that I have a power of attorney for? We were not. We got it all fixed immediately. But it's those kinds of things that we need to know about, and anything you can give us on feedback is going to be welcome. So if you're interested in helping us test, again, send us a non-government email to the org box, and then expect to see something from us, I'm going to guess a couple weeks out yet, to log in and test and let us know what you think and give us some feedback. Second thing, feedback. So critical to what we do. And the reason I wanted to talk to you before the next update is we've had some great feedback on the provider dashboard. And I wanted to provide a little more training. I'll do this at our next update too. But your feedback is critical. Please don't be upset if you don't see your changes immediately. One of the really good suggestions we received in a really well-written comment was about, I want to be able to search on more than one specialty at the same time. Great idea. We can do it. We're going to add it. But we have the same team working on all of our automated forms, that works on the provider dashboard, that works on Family Vector. So we have to prioritize. So that one is on the list. We're going to get to it. We think it's a great idea too. Automating all the forms to make that easier for you is our top priority right now. So if you've made a suggestion and you haven't seen it yet, please know we've got a great list. I just can't emphasize enough how critical your feedback is. So with that, I'd like to go to the provider dashboard. We've had a couple of the same comments, and I think I need to do a little more explanation. So let's go to my screen, and I'll share my screen and show you a few things you can do with it. And this is on Family Vector. So hopefully by now, many of you have gone to our DAF Family Vector website. But if you come back, and let's go to the Medical Provider Trends dashboard. And one of the questions was, how do I really read this? I'm not sure I understand. So let's search on, I'll just pick a base and say, well, let's go to Maxwell. And so I see 2% travel not recommended to Maxwell. I can look at that and go down to, what was this? Okay. That cleft palate pediatric team had a travel not recommended. A developmental pediatrician had one. Okay, so that gives me an idea. But I'm specific. I know exactly what I need. I need, let's say I need behavior analysis, ABA therapy. Let's just pick that one. So we got 11% travel not recommended. So 9 were recommended, 1 was not. So why would that be? Why wouldn't they all be recommended, right? Sometimes there's going to be a difference. Every case has to stand on its own. It may be a case of one of the families needed ABA therapy every day, and the provider said we can't handle every day. But the other families that were approved needed it once a month, and they can handle once a month. It may be a frequency. It may be level of need. We had gotten another comment about a specific level of need for a specialist. So it may be one family needs something very specific for a specialist that they can't meet. So that family will be a travel not recommend. Well, many of the others will be a travel recommend. So remember, this is just directional. It's just to give you some idea based on that rolling 2 years what's happened. Another thing that may happen is you may come in and say, well, there was one travel not recommended, but that was 2 years ago. Now that we've gone a bit further, we now have that in place, so it wouldn't be a travel not recommended today. So directional only. We'll keep it updated. It certainly isn't absolute. So keep the questions coming on this dashboard. We'll keep improving it. One of the recommendations was that we give more information about the date or by month or something else. We're going to look at that. It's not our first priority. I want to be honest about that, so I'm not going to look at it immediately. But we will look at it. My hesitation is we want to keep this anonymous. I don't ever want it that someone could pick out why somebody didn't get a travel recommend. So I want to keep the data set large enough that we keep the data anonymous and protect everybody's privacy. So just so you know, we are going to study it though, and we'll look at it at some point in time. And then the change up here that we're going to be able to pick multiple specialists in search on is coming. So as soon as I have a date on when I think that's going to happen, we'll get back to you. So thank you for joining me today for just those two quick things. I wanted to get those out. Again, if you're interested in helping us test, please get us your non-government emails. We want to be able to test you coming through the portal too. So that's part of why we want to test coming through the website. And keep sending those questions. They are extremely helpful for us understanding what we need to do. We really appreciate all your support and patience as we work through our EFMP improvements. So keep them coming, and we'll see you in the next update. Thank you.